What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Demigodest YouTube show. If you are new, please make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video from me. I do drop multiple times a week for you guys. If you're a returning member, please make sure you let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you. I love you. And before we get into some things, I want you guys to hit that like button because that helps. As always, make sure you share the channel, and I appreciate it. We are going to be getting into Tyler Perry's Mia Coupla's movie, which is starring Kelly Rowland and Mr. Rhodes. Okay. I am going to be sharing with you guys. I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm just thinking about longevity down the road. I know when I talk about these movies, I do show um the trailer for them. So YouTube is such a stickler, and it's hot and cold, and it's not just up to YouTube, it's also up to who material you're using as well if they want to make a copyright claim. So what I'm just testing the waters. I'm not going to share the volume on the trailer, but I'm going to visually show it, and I'm going to be commenting as the video is playing. Okay, we're going to see how that goes, how that feels. You guys let me know if that's okay. But at the end of the day, we got to think about our coin in the future. Okay. Let's see, because I have a lot of good content on here, but then I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, a lot of my stuff is copyrighted. Some I chose to fight, I won. Some I was just like, I'm just not gonna fight it. So, but thinking business mind, right? Because right now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, my Avi is what does it say? Multi-millionaire or something? Hold on just one second, because I want to get it right, child. Because that's multimillionaire mindset. Multimillionaire mindset. That's what it is. Okay. That's where it's going, baby. Okay. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I may have to refresh it because it already was playing. Hold on. I'm gonna start from here. So what you guys see is it looks they're in New York or whatever. Wait, why is it like that? Oh my God. I don't know what is going on. Give me one second. It is doing some weird stuff. Why is it doing that? Okay. So Kelly Rowland, she's an attorney. She's a married attorney. She picks up this client that is a famous artist. His girlfriend goes missing. Bra- uh, Not brain fragments. Skull fragments was found in a painting of his and blood, and also there was like a pool of blood in his room right there, um in his loft, and he's being accused of murdering her. So she went missing. They didn't find the body or anything like that, but they did find a little bit of evidence in the painting. So he's very seductive. He ends up alluring Kelly Rowland, crossing the line between professional and romantic relationships. So they end up eventually sleeping with one another. And anyone that has ever dated an artist, let me tell you something, baby. It don't matter what type of artist it is. It don't matter if it's a painter, if it's a writer, if it's a singer. They are going to talk about their loved ones. And I know some of you guys might hate me, but I'm just gonna be honest. A lot of artists are not faithful people. Their muses oftentimes is somebody very close to them, somebody that they're in a relationship with at the time. They like to draw inspiration from real life experiences, which what makes their art even more better, right? Because that's a period in time of what they do. But you do have some people that take advantage of that. Like you have some people, they marry their muse. But then you have some people, they are how do I say it? They are chronic users of people to evoke feelings so they could get their next hit or their next art or whatever it is. And I'm speaking from experience because for whatever the reason, I draw in artists and of all different types of level. And I'm an artist as well to a certain extent. I'm a writer. I'm just very sensitive. I'm not to the point I'm comfortable. I share here and there of my writing, but I'm not comfortable to like make a living out of it or things like that. So I'm speaking, partially in part from myself and in part from others. Now, do I use people as my muse? No, I don't use people as my muse. But at the time, if I am in love with somebody, I do write a poem about them or I write something about them. Like it is what it is. But I'm just telling you that's how artists be moving. Now, what I'm saying, it ain't everybody, but the majority of them do move like that. And if you in those circles, you would know they are very sexual, hypersexual individuals as well. So some aren't, but a lot are. Okay. So what the heck is this? Okay. So that's the premise basically of the story. Now, hold on, because I don't know what is going on. So I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this. Okay. So the movie is 2 hours. It is rated R. Oh my God. Their IMDb rating is 4.1 out of 10. Yikes. All right. It was written by Tyler Perry and directed by Tyler Perry. Now, let's go ahead because I like to talk about casting. Tyler Perry picked Kelly Rowland. She picked Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes perfectly. Everybody in that was picked. And shout out to Shannon Thornton, girl, my P Valley queen. But girl, you gotta stop taking roles where you are big because I'm starting to see you starting to get typecasted. Okay. But let me go ahead on my topic before I forget this. But I'm gonna come back to you, Shannon. But all the cast in the movie, he picked them perfectly fine. I couldn't stand her husband's white mother, Carrie O'Malley. She played the hell out of that role. I could not stand her whatsoever. That was just a perfect example of a mama's boy. So Kelly Rowland, and I forgot to mention this, Kelly Rowland and her husband in the movie, they were falling on hard times. So she was an attorney, and they never quite said what his role was, but whatever it was, he used to make a lot of money, and it was a prominent role in whatever his career was. And they fallen on hard times, so she started to pick on cases she wouldn't normally take on, i.e., this case, because she had to pick up the slack financially because he was out of work. But he was a mama boy, and the mom was under the impression that he still had his job or career, and he was taking care of Kelly Rowland. But she never liked Kelly Rowland. Like, she crossed the line and did a lot of disrespectful stuff in the movie. And honestly, it was a good representation of mama boys and just lack of boundaries and respect. Once you choose to marry, you have a spouse. Okay. And I've noticed almost all of Tyler Perry movies have some kind of like mother dynamic, toxicity dynamic in it. But the cast, A1, everyone had chemistry, everyone flowed. It didn't seem awkward. Because sometimes in some of Tyler Perry movies, um, the cast, like the entire cast doesn't flow, but like the main people that is on the screen the most, they flow, but then like the supporting actors, they don't flow, and it kind of throws the movie off or whatever it is, project off. um you could tell Tyler put a lot of money into this because a lot of Tyler Perry movies, they seem rushed to me to a certain extent. Minus when he does the Medea movies, they don't feel rushed to me. But when he does, he branches off outside of the Medea character. They seem a little bit rushed. What I mean is, like, Tyler Perry is a great writer, a great actor, a great director. But one thing that I don't like about what Tyler Perry does, and I mean this out of love because I grew up on Tyler Perry and I love his story. I think he's fascinating. I don't really have anything negative to say about Tyler Perry. I think he's awesome. But at the same time, if I'm being honest and I'm being a fan, his writing still isn't where it needs to be when it comes to branching outside of that Medea, all of the Medea, like the Medea franchises. His writing isn't 100% where it needs to be. I see where it goes, and what I mean by that is I'm not talking about the entirety of his pieces. Like, it seems like he hasn't mastered the ebbs and flow of okay, this is the beginning. Here we're going to do some suspense here. We're going to do love here. We're going to do seduction here. We're going to move on to this. Then we're going to go to the ending. It always seems like the middle and the end is like so rushed, but the beginning of the movie, the storylines is dragged out so long. He hasn't found that perfect like flow of, okay, this is where we stop building up the characters. This is when we get into the action and we go deeper into the character storylines, and then we brace ourselves. It should just flow to the ending, because towards the I felt like the beginning was just dragged out too long. And there were times in the movie where I felt like Miss Kelly girl, she acted her ass. Let me just say this. Everybody acted their ass off with the script that they had. Okay. So it had nothing to do with the actors acting. They all can act their butt off. It goes to the writing. The characters can only be brought to life based off of what is written and based on the actors chosen. Like I said, he picked an amazing cast. They acted their butt off with the roles that they had. The writing just wasn't, it was there, but it needed a little bit more umph, and it needed to flow a little bit more. And so he just dragged out the beginning, and then he got to the middle, and then it was like middle end. It wasn't enough flow there. And, he hasn't figured that out. And I've seen almost every Tyler Perry movie. This is the same issue I have with him. He hasn't figured that out. Now, I don't agree with this 4.6. Again, I feel like the writing could a little bit been more better. And what I mean by that is, again, it was the flow. It was just too much. And a lot of his movies is like that. The middle, it goes to the middle and the end, and then the movie's over. You cut out some of that time you put in the beginning of building up the character, and put some more of the middle. And then maybe if you fast forward to the end, it would flow a little bit more. So that is my thing. I think the writing was right where it needed to be. He needed to cut out a little bit of the buildup of the character, because Kelly acted her butt off, and the other guy, I keep forgetting his name. I don't really know him like that, but he's a handsome. Ooh, he's handsome. And their chemistry, woo, that was a perfect match. Um, the way they acted, he didn't need to do all that buildup of the character. He didn't need to do all of that. So, but anyways, the movie is characterized as a crime drama and thriller movie. Okay. Let's get into some of these comments. Wait, first, before I get into that, I want to see if there's any story. Okay, let me read the storyline for you guys. When criminal defense attorney Mia Harper takes on the murder case of artist Zaire Malloy, the truth isn't as obvious as it seems. While she tries to determine the innocence or guilt of her cagey yet seductive client, it is uncovered that everyone is guilty of something. Okay, I'm going to go to these person that commented. Hold on. Um, wow, y'all keep track of everything that I look at. Okay, hold on. Here we go. The reviews. I was like, wait, why is there only one review? Okay. Let's read this comment. They gave him a 3 out of 10. A retro thriller. One of the major issues with the film is the lack of chemistry between the lead. Okay, I'm not gonna read this because this is fucking bullshit. And let me tell you, let me show you how this is bullshit. Now I am gonna share with you guys on this. I'm gonna go ahead page. Some okay, I should have went into this before I got into their reviews. There is a lot of heat. It's no secret. There is a lot of heat right now on Tyler Perry and Oprah. I just feel like it doesn't matter what Tyler Perry does, what Oprah does, there's going to be some stench behind their name. And I don't know. What I don't like is it seems to me, I don't know how true this is. So this is just a conspiracy theory. I'm going to say allegedly, but it seems to me there is a possible disruption and breakdown that will happen between Tyler Perry and Oprah. Meaning, I feel like the powers that be, they don't see Tyler Perry. Well, they wasn't gonna see Tyler Perry anyway as the power that be because of what he did with his studios and things like that. So, and just the whole history about that. You guys do your own research on, the history of his studios and what he wanted. He talked about it very openly, and shout out to him for that, and shout out to Tyler Perry for giving a lot of black and brown people opportunities. That yeah, you're supposed to. When you get to a position of power, we already are. It's not enough of us in leadership roles. It's not enough of us in high positions of power. You're supposed to reach back down and help your people, especially the ones that want to do something, want to do better. Now, I don't believe you should help everybody, but you should help people that want to do better, and will do the same thing in return, until we get to positions of how we need to be. Okay. I'm a firm believer of we need to build our own table. At the same time, we are worthy enough to sit at other ethnic groups' tables as well. So that's my stance on that. But there is this stench around Tyler Perry and Oprah, and I've been noticing every time Tyler Perry and Oprah are associated with some kind of film, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but there's always some drama. An actor is coming out or a disgruntled employee is coming out, and it takes over and it overshadows. And so when they go on press runs, that's what they focus on rather than really advertising the product that they have. So y'all pay attention to that, because I feel like there's going to be some stuff going on, like whoever the powers that be, they are targeting Tyler Perry and Oprah. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know 100%, what they do behind the dark, because, there's very few that come out. Not saying that there's not more and they just afraid to come out, but there are very few that speak negatively about them. And then there's way more people that speak positive about them. And I'm a firm believer, just because you're not good to me doesn't mean you're not a good person. It could just mean you just don't like me, whatever it is. In a perfect world, we should be able to, just because you don't like me or I don't like you, that doesn't mean that I want to wish harm on you, that I want to block your blessings. Excuse me. That I want to block your blessings. You just not the person for me, and I don't want to work with you, and you don't want to work with me. But I've never been a person I'm going to block your blessings. I'm going to, it may not be I could work with you, but I'm going to move you to a space where you could work with someone else doing what you were doing, I'm not going to speak ill of you unless you are completely a shitty person, and that's really hard for me to do, because I just feel like that kind of energy really comes back to bite you in the long run. So that's why I don't participate in stuff like that. Okay. Now, y'all watch that, because I feel like there's something they trying to unravel. They already planting the seeds to destroy the power that Oprah and Tyler have. So I'm just putting that out there. This is a conspiracy theories. Everything is allegedly. So I'm putting that out there for you guys. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you guys the chemistry, because that this comment right here full of shit. I'm gonna share with you guys what I've seen. I was like, ooh, I know you. I know you not. Hold on. I want to find it, because here we go right here. Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. Oh, is my screen? Oh, I was already sharing my screen. I just need to switch to this one. Mhm. Okay, look at this. Playing music. So I'm not going to play the music. Ugh, I wish they weren't playing music. Look at that. Look at that sexy back she has. Look at look at this. I'm also gonna share. It would just hit so much harder. You guys go on Netflix, Instagram, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But it would just hit so much harder if you guys heard. Hold on.
You always do what's appropriate.
I have on a skirt.
So hike it up.
That does not seem appropriate.
You always do what's appropriate.
Y'all gonna tell me that's not chemistry? Oh, okay. So I just be feeling like sometimes people, like you got to be careful what you say and like what you review and how you review. That's why I always tell you guys randomly when I do these reviews, like it's not coming out of place of malice. And there are a lot of people that I look up to on YouTube that sometimes I watch their content. Like I go through a phase where I unsubscribe from them. I subscribe through them because I could tell that they are not satisfied in the response that they get all the time, and as a result, oh, my avocado is like sick, my avocado tree. um they are very mean in how they review. You don't have to be mean. You could voice your opinion, you could review whatever you want to review, right? But you don't have to be nasty. And I'm not gonna say anything that, it may be some stuff and there has been, because there's been some reviews I've done off of reality. I talked to you guys about that. There's been some reviews that have rubbed some people the wrong way, and I didn't respond to the situation because it wasn't coming from a place of malice. Like I'm only commenting on what you displayed. I'm not commenting on making up, what you how do I say this? I'm not making opinions off of things that you didn't display. You gave me the material to comment off of it, and I'm going to comment very fair and unbiased. Just like when I do my reviews on, I talk to you guys about when I talked about Beyonce. Some of her fans, and I've admitted I am a Beehive member, but Beyonce is the same thing with Nicki Minaj. I am a Barb as well, but I am not a part of the psychotic group. They do have a psychotic version of their fan base, and they are very irrational and they don't use their brain. And it is what it is. I'm a part of the classy. Okay, we're not biased. We support them, we love them, but at the same time, we're not just going to be going blindly and agreeing with everything that they say, think, or do. To me, that's not, for one, you're not exercising your intellect. Okay, I'm not a follower, I'm a leader. That's why I stand different from these girls and boys. But you just, to me, that's, it just doesn't make sense. You could present your review without being mean, and just because you don't agree with what your idol or your mentor or whoever you like doesn't mean you don't like them, doesn't mean you don't respect them. It means like this particular thing, I don't agree with it. And that doesn't mean that I'm wrong, you're right, and things like that. And I've seen people be very rational, so I don't like that. And I do feel like this movie is getting some kind of negative backlash because of the whole, I don't know if you guys noticed, instead of them focusing on Kelly Rowland doing her press run about this movie, everyone wants to talk to her about Beyonce during her interviews, and she's there to promote her breakout moment. She's there to talk about her movie, her acting, her co-stars, her experience at the Tyler Perry Studios. And they're focusing on that, and they're focusing on this walkout of a dressing room moment. And I feel like some of these reviews are going to run into that, and it's going to be a little bit biased. So let's go on to another comment though. Okay, let's see this 4 out of 10 comment. This one said, soulless bad movie. This movie is dull and put on. It has the feel of a Lifetime movie, but less interesting. I don't feel like it feels like a Lifetime movie for whatever the reason. Lifetime, for them to be have so much money, it seems like their movies are always low budget. But I like Lifetime movies. So ain't nothing wrong with Lifetime movies. I like them. It has the feel of a Lifetime movie, but less interesting. Kelly Rowland plays a supposed tough Chicago lawyer, but her character doesn't translate the grit or depth that a tough lawyer character should have. She has only one note and an expressionless face. The only expression that helps her is when she smiles. which she should play more roles that would allow that. And the lead actor, ugh, he's terrible. He can't deliver a line to save his life. He doesn't come off as an artist at all. He comes off like a professional athlete attempting to deliver. Okay, first of all, Gary Vines, I'm wondering if you are a Caucasian person, but this could also be a black person as well, hating on how sexy this man is. What's tipping me off and making me feel like you're more so Caucasian is because you mentioned sports. And a lot of white people like to refer to black people as entertainment in a sense. That doesn't sit right with me, that comment. It really feels kind of racist. Feels kind of racist. Um, he doesn't come off as an athlete, and this is someone that's coming from an artist that has dated, painters and musicians and writers, entertainers. He comes off as an artist. He played the hell out of that, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, 2 out of 10. Tyler Perry continues to do Black America. I'm truly beginning to believe that Tyler Perry understands that his achievements and ability to employ so many Black actors and actresses and workers has struck such a chord of respect from Black America that he knows that he'll never be cut off from us and continues to shovel out this crap. I am disheartened for Miss Kelly Rowland, who deserved better than this, and I am saddened to have to be so negative. This movie is full of typical Tyler Perry tropes and overly written, how do you say that? Caricatures. It is such a poor writing, and it continues to be seen in poor quality. He doesn't know how to allow his characters to be victimized without having to over exaggerate the scenarios and people surrounding them for what it possibly could be. I think the writing was good. I feel like the issue was the building of the character. It just really didn't make any sense. Like, there was a part in the movie, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, ugh, should I still keep going? You know? Let me see if I can find a positive. So someone gave them a 6 out of 10. I liked it. I mean, it's not groundbreaking, but does every movie have to be? It was entertaining to watch on a Friday night. Both the leads look amazing, which comes as a surprise to no one, and I was actually surprised by the twist. Although the reveal did not seem a bit rushed, I wanted to know more about the motive of the twist, more details on how it was done, sort of thing. My only knock on the movie is the casting of the in laws. The brother seems like they were two different races from each other. Besides that, if you're looking for something entertaining to watch and two beautiful people to marvel at, I say give this movie a shot. This is the most honest review that I've read so far. Um, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate the fact that, I appreciate low rating reviews as well. But when I see biased in the review, that's when I have an issue with it. So, this is what I was talking about earlier, like how Tyler Perry dragged out the beginning of the movie. And it's like the real good part of the movie was the middle and the end. It's like he hit you with so much stuff at the end. It's like he didn't really close it out right. We should have learned why. Well, I don't want to, the reason why I didn't tell you the whole story and, like, what really happened in the movies, because I want you guys to watch it. Don't just take these reviews for what it is. Try to go into it unbiased and really just watch it. Give it an honest watch. This is a good movie to watch with family. Watch it. You guys talk about it. This is also a good movie I would suggest for a watch party as well to watch. Um, it's not Tyler Perry's worst movie. It's not his greatest as well. Now, when I think about it, if he could recast, and this isn't to take away from Kelly Rowland, um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. So y'all bear with me. I might be quiet for a little bit. I think the fact he picked Kelly Rowland, one, she was perfect for this role, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate on who he could have casted as the two main characters. If we're being honest, if we're gonna talk about a young person, this would have been a good role for. This would have been a good role for Rihanna. This would have been an amazing role for Rihanna. Now, if we're going to go towards a more older feel, ooh, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. They could have casted Chris Brown as the other main character. I don't think ASAP would have liked that though. But that would have been perfect for Chris Brown. He already is a real painter. And he can act and he fine. I'm playing devil's advocate here. But if we going towards a more older look, um, you could have went with Vivica Fox. You could have went with Gabrielle Union. They could have played the hell out of that role. Yeah, Gabrielle Union, Vivica Fox. Mm-hmm. Even what's her name? Ooh, bear with me. The '90s baddie. She was a part of the '90s, but what's her name? Is it Nia Long? Yeah, Nia Long could have played the hell out of this movie too. Nia Long. Honestly, my first pick before I said any of these names, I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say Taraji, but Taraji has played in other Tyler Perry movies, and she kind of has a stench around her right now because of everything, her vocalizing. But I feel like Tyler really wanted to captivate a more younger audience, so that's why he went with Kelly. But again, this is not to disrespect Kelly. I'm just playing around. Now, when it comes to what is his name, because he played Zaire in a movie. I'm trying to think of what other male actors could have played that role outside of Chris Brown. That would have been good. Um, ooh, you can even went with Idris Elba. He could have played that role. Ooh, we would have been able to see his muscles and that chocolate. Yeah, he could have went with Idris Elba. I'm trying to think of other black actors. Oh, what is his name? He played in a lot of good movies. Hold on. What I'm gonna do is, okay, he was in Get Out. I know that's in the movie. He just played in something that's out right now too. But hold on, he played in Get Out, not the main character, his friend, the one that was like, "Get out." Not Marcus. Lakeith Stanfield. He would have been a good one too. Lakeith Stanfield would have been good too. He would have been good too. Also, oh, he played in Star Wars. He's played in other movies too. Damn, what movie Star Wars did he play? He's another black man. Fuck. It was with the girl too. Let me Google real quick because I really want to get his name because he's another one that could have played the hell out of this role. Star Wars. Once I find out, no, films. Hold on. I just want to find out which film it was. What the hell? These are all the old ones. I don't think he was in Rogue. Okay, he was in the Rise of Skywalker. Okay, hold on. Okay. Can you get the hell out of the way? I'm trying to get to this. Playing devil's advocate here. This is another person that could have played that role for Zaire. I don't know why the internet be so slow. I hope this is not looking pixelated for you guys. Let's go to the cast. Where's his ass? John Boyega. His fine ass. He would have been a perfect pick as well. Yes, 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 yes. He would have been a big pick. Yes. He would have been a good pick as well. I could go on and on about different actors that could have played these roles, you know, if he was to recast or, giving you guys just playing devil advocate on people that I feel like would have did well as well. But you guys should watch it. Here's my rating of the movie. So the scale is out of 10. So I would rate the movie a 7.5. I don't see it as a bad movie. I would rate it a 7.5. I thought it was good. Thought it was good. So that's how I feel about it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your Sunday evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and I will see you guys soon, okay?